in the midst in the midst of all the fiasco going on concerning the Queen's death and the responses that people are giving, especially the negative responses coming from grievances and um, anger and frustration from mostly territories and people from territories that were being colonized by Britain. Um, my own position is, that moment when you cause a child to cry, when whatever reason, whatever thing you did to make a child cry, you can be the cause of that cry, but you can't decide how that baby cries. Even if the baby decides to cry immediate or remotely, even if the baby cries, you know, right right after the incident or right on the incident or after the incident, it doesn't really matter. But you cannot control how the baby cries. You cannot control how your victim cries. So um, you can't really control how someone who is being colonized feels. You don't know, you don't understand what it feels like being colonized. So I understand the grievances of some of those people who are particularly from Nigeria who and black people all over the world who are feeling bad. So my own position is you cannot control how people feel about their experience or the experiences of their forefathers, especially uh, African Americans who were transported from Africa to all over the world. So these are all heated and bottled frustrations. And one thing you cannot do is to hold frustrations for too long. It's going to act like soda, pop up someday. It's just a matter of, it's a time bomb. So whatever reason that has triggered these whole reactions should be addressed rather than looking at the responses, the ripple effect, because the ripple effects are too much. So people should rather look at the reasons why these whole reactions are happening and address them rather than looking at people who are responding. So this is my own position on this. Instead of saying, why should you say this? Why should I say that? Um, Everybody cannot be right at the same time. But in a better atmosphere, approach the situation in a better atmosphere that will show consideration and empathy for the person who has reacted in certain manner, considering what history they are coming from. So that's exactly what I want to say, because the black history in West Africa, in Africa particularly, was thwarted, was at some point put on hold, by those who colonized Africa, and that was not a good experience for many people, including myself, who experienced the ripple effect and continues to experience the ripple effect. It's all over the world that this history has been there and cannot be changed. The history of black people in Africa. Look at Nigeria today. Nigeria is torn down. Like, Nigeria is in shreds. And what do we say about that? So people who complain about their frustration have a right to complain about their frustration, but we cannot determine how they respond to their frustration. With all due respect to the, the British family mourning the king, mourning the queen, um, you know, my response is particularly to those who are attacking people who are responding out of bottled, age-long bottled anger, age-long bottled grievances. People are angry somewhere, and it's just a matter of time for people to start talking about how they are feeling and what is making them feel the way they're feeling. You can't hold it forever. You can't hold it. You can't hold that feeling. Something must trigger it. And this calls for question, this calls for dialogue, this calls for change. If there is something that is not going right, people should be on the table and talk about it and bring a lasting solution to it. That's why dialogue is important. So let's not kill the baby with the bathwater. Let's address the reason. You know, the French people call it the raison d'etre. So let's address the reason for the issues that are arising. Because nobody is happy with what is going on in Nigeria and in Africa particularly. And every African American, or every African living anywhere, you know, has a history that connects to the experience of what is going on in Africa today. So those are bottled experiences too. So these are the ripple effects. So that one person responded, or two people, or people responding to how they react, should not also make people to feel that they are thinking in certain manner. They are maybe being racist or being that, but you forget to note the fact that they have history. They have a history that has not been addressed, and they are crying out. And whoever cries out cries according to the mode of the crier. You cry according to how it feels, how the pain hits you. So that's just my own take on this whole scenario going on.